Hi guys, this is Cassie. Right now I'm sitting in my bedroom at my host family's home. I am currently studying abroad in Japan. For those of you who haven't watched the rest of my channel, possibly, I'm actually studying abroad at Kansai Gaidai University. And today I'm making this video to talk about language learning and all the classes that I'm taking at Kansai Gaidai and just general information about language classes, if you're scared to learn a language if you come to another country, or why you should learn another language, or basically all the opportunities that you have when you study abroad for all the classes that you can take. So I can only talk about my own experience at Kansai Gaidai, but basically the breakdown is you have to take at least 4 classes here, and you can take up to 6 per semester. Though even the teachers don't recommend you try to take more than 4, even though you absolutely can. Taking more than 4 can kind of be a little bit of an overload, and especially if you're in Japan because you want to experience the culture and you want to travel a lot, 6 might not enable you to do that, so just be careful on that. So you are required to take one language learning class. So they have Japanese level language courses all the way up from level 1 to level 8. I'm currently in level 5, and if you have no prior Japanese language experience, you're automatically placed into level 1, and then you take language placement tests to decide what level you're in if you do have prior language experience like I did. My major back at home is actually Japanese, so I've been studying it for 2 years, so that's why I'm in level 5. And then the other optional, not necessarily language class, but there is a kanji class, which if anyone is unfamiliar with what kanji is, it's one of the 3 main alphabets that Japanese uses. So every symbol is basically a different sound, making up different words, so it's just a class to learn kanji. So right now I'm in language level 5 and I'm in kanji level 4, because even though it should be the same, in a perfect world it should be the same level, I haven't learned as much kanji as what level 5 would have required me to. And you can read the class descriptions for saying like, oh, if you're taking this level you should probably know about 500 kanji. That's what it was for level 5. I only knew about roughly 300, so that's why I'm in level 4. And language learning is really fun. I'm not really sure how else to encourage it, it's such an amazing way to diversify, your perspective into another culture and into another country, especially when you're studying abroad. For me, obviously, I had a passion to learn Japanese before I came here, but learning it here is a lot different actually compared to how it was back in America. The classes are structured a lot differently. It is pretty hard, I'm not going to lie, though again I'm in level 5, so it is supposed to be kind of hard. But it was definitely harder compared to my classes back at home. But the language classes here are so much fun. We've had, in my class anyway, we've had probably 3 instances where Japanese students have actually come and spoken and sat with our class as we had class time, and it's all been a really fun and great learning experience. Definitely very different from back in America, and I do feel like I have to absorb much more at a faster rate, but just in general, I feel like I am absorbing it at a faster rate, and it's really fantastic. As for the kanji class, I would say that's even harder than my language class, just because kanji is really, really hard. But that kind of class was not offered to my university back in America either, so that's really great as well, because I was just learning kanji in my regular language class back at home. And now to have an entire class just completely focused on only learning kanji and learning all of the, the radicals behind it, and 5 different words per kanji that you can use it with, it's a really great opportunity to learn more about the language itself as well. As for the other classes here offered at Kansai Gaidai, they're all pretty much Japanese culture classes. But there's such a wide variety. They can go anywhere from economics, anthropology, communication, art, religion, history, media. There are so many different options for the electives that you can choose, and they're all relating to Japanese culture in some way. And I really do enjoy that they offer such a wide range, because if maybe you don't want to study history, maybe you'd rather study Japanese movies, you can do that if you want. If history sounds maybe kind of boring to you, or if economics sounds kind of boring to you, you can take a religion class and learn about Shinto. You can take whatever class you want. And I feel like our class this year got a little lucky because we only had about 300 students this semester, when normally it should be around 500. And because of that, we didn't have too many problems with classes filling up or people not getting the classes that they had to take, I believe. But there is also a form that you will be sent if you are coming to study abroad here before you come, quite a few months before you come. It's basically a form that you can fill out with your study abroad advisor, saying that these are certain classes, certain culture classes, not the kanji or the language classes, but these are certain classes that you have to take for them to apply to your certain major back at your home university. So you can do that just to ensure that you get enrolled in those classes, because Kansai Gaidai does work on a lottery program. If classes do get filled, then it's just random, whoever gets into the class. Unless you fill out that form, then you will have first dibs, basically. So yeah, even though I'm only not even halfway through this semester, I definitely think I underestimated how hard my classes would be. Not saying that my culture classes definitely are not hard, but the language classes here compared to my old university are definitely a lot harder, and I didn't prepare myself enough for that. But it's okay though, we're not even halfway through this semester, and I've come to realize already that I have to spend more time studying, even though I'm in Japan and I want to go out and travel every weekend. It's okay to take a weekend off and study, which if you're in higher level classes like me, you might have to. And that's the other kind of scary thing, if you have to or you want to take more than 4 classes, like if you want to take up to 6 and you're in high level Japanese classes as well, it might be a little tedious for you. But it's really up to you and how many classes you want to take. If you think that you can handle 6 classes and you just really want to take as many classes as you can and absorb as much information as you can, then yeah, absolutely do that if you want. As far as the weekly structure goes for how classes work, so it's mostly Monday through Friday. Japanese classes are all absolutely Monday, Wednesday, Friday, either first or second period. Kansai Gaidai works on a 5-period system throughout each day. So your Japanese classes is either going to be first or second period, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For me, I have Japanese on Monday and Friday second period, and then Wednesday first period. And then I have kanji class 2 times a week. I have it on Tuesday and Friday. And then my 2 other culture classes, which I'm actually in the monsters class, and I'm in this basically pop culture as social practice class. It's a communications class. I have those both Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So for me personally, I have I have Thursday completely off, and I have most of Tuesday off. So if you are taking only 4 classes, you do have a lot of options for having free time during the week, which is really nice. I do also think, even though personally my language class is really hard and my kanji class is really hard, in my experience, the culture classes that I'm taking, the monsters and the communications class, I feel like the teachers have it in their mind that your language classes are already really hard, and it's not like they're not giving you, content and homework and reading to do, but I feel like they do have in the back of their head that you are here, you're studying abroad, you want to travel around. So that's why, in my opinion, these culture classes are not super hard. Not saying that I don't have 2 essays per class, because I definitely do, and in my monsters class we have a total of maybe like 3 or 4 quizzes, but even that's not hard compared to my home university. So yeah, that is something else that's really nice about Kansai Gaidai and the teachers here. I feel like they do understand that we're here to study abroad. So if you're worried about that, please don't be worried about that. They even mentioned that in our opening orientation, that they said, yeah, we know you're here to study abroad, but do try your hardest in the classes. I know I can only talk about my personal experience here at Kansai Gaidai and my classes here, But studying abroad, and depending on where you're going, what country, what university, there are so many different options for whatever kind of field you're studying. And especially if you're studying Japanese, coming to Japan is the best opportunity you can take if you want to learn about different aspects of the culture, and the best way, in my opinion, to learn that country's language is to study abroad. Not only necessarily for homestay, even though homestay is a very huge part if you do that, but just being able to learn the language at a university with, for me, for Japanese students, being all around the university, constantly talking to me every day, wanting to learn from me, I wanting to learn from them, and the teachers in the community, it's really, really wonderful and an amazing way to learn a language and to experience university classes. I think that's all I wanted to say about classes at Kansai Gaidai. So I hope if you maybe had any fears about studying abroad or learning a language, or if courses might be too hard when you're studying abroad, at least at Kansai Gaidai you got one perspective now. Of course, all universities are all different, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful to some of you. Thanks for watching.